Welcome back to another episode of Leading the Escapade. If you're new around here, I'm Janae. Beautiful. This is Jason.
Right, so this is how you rinse yourself off after your haircut on the boat.
And we've been sailing our 40-foot monohull around the world for the past 4 years. In this episode, we're about to tick off our 30th country. If you missed last week's episode, I've headed back home to Australia to visit friends and family and to be there for my best friend's wedding. Unfortunately, it's not the most ideal timing as hurricane season is heating up. And now, Jase's first solo sail will be a race to outrun a hurricane.
We have breaking news as Erin has officially been upgraded to a Category 5 hurricane.
Stay tuned to see how Jase handles it out on the water and what I get up to back in the land down under.
Good bloody morning! Literally just picked up anchor and off to the States. We've got about a 24-hour journey to get to Stewart. Super calm conditions right now. We've got 5-6 knots of wind. I'm just about to get the head sail out and do a bit of motor sailing. Pretty nice. I'm leaving with another boat, Ashton and Carly on Soulmate. They're just in front of me. Luckily I'm leaving with them because I slept in. I had a few problems last night. One of the hoses burst and leaked one whole tank of water. I set my alarm but I turned off the snooze accidentally. So I would have slept into God knows what time because I didn't get to bed till quite late. It's nice to be getting away from this hurricane, that's for sure.
This is a little trick I learnt from a guy in Italy. When I need to transfer fuel from a jerry can, I just use a hose and a bit of pressure. The old school way. I put a rag over the top to catch any spills, then squeeze the jerry to push the fuel through the hose and into the tank. Once it starts flowing, it siphons the rest through on its own. It's way better than you'd expect, and now this is the only way we do it. It's the first time I've raised the sails on my own. The wind's light, the sea's calm, and I'm feeling pretty relaxed about my first solo overnight passage. At the same time, there's a little nervousness lingering in the back of my mind. What if the wind dies completely, or the engine decides to fail? That could change everything in an instant. But if all goes to plan, I'll arrive in Florida tomorrow morning, safely ahead of the incoming Hurricane Erin.
Right, we're sailing, baby.
Out here on my first solo passage, I keep wondering what Janae's up to back in Australia. It's been a bit harder to stay in touch with the 14-hour time difference. And with this hurricane system nearby, most of my focus has been on getting us, myself, the cats, and our home safely out of its path. Meanwhile, she's back in Australia catching up with family and friends, probably keeping an eye on the weather and wondering how me and the cats are going out here. Anyway, let's see what she's been up to.
What you say this time? You go your way and I'll go mine. We never really had it figured out, and it feels like I'm moving on a merry-go-round. Claustrophobic, nowhere to go. Suffocating, no room to grow. Drag behind like an anchor on a line. Ask me how I'm doing and I say I'm alright, I'm alright.
awesome. We had like maybe 8 to 10 knots for like a good couple of hours there, and just honing. I think we might have a bit of current with us now that we have the current against us. But yeah, the wind is definitely not doing what it's supposed to be doing, so always makes you a bit wary. Hopefully this hurricane isn't closer than what it's saying it is. Little update, this bank is bloody huge. It's just 3 to 4 meters for like forever. So we're still in it, there's not much wind. I've got both sails out, just cruising, just turned the motor off, and it's bloody nice. I tell you what, I hope this wind's coming from the opposite direction of what it's supposed to. But yeah, there's a convoy of us, there's 2 other boats in front of us from the scouts, all kind of going close direction to each other, so yeah. Should be a nice cruisy sail back hopefully if it stays like this. Say hey to the camera.
Hey.
Say hey to the camera.
Hi. Hi everyone.
Janae's turned midget. She can fit in my hand. All right then. Well.
I've been stressing about Jason outrunning a hurricane.
Yeah, but I'm gonna outrun it.
You're gonna outrun it, hopefully.
Did you see that photo I sent you? That's really close, hey?
The photo that you sent me?
Yeah. How close it's getting to Marsh Harbour?
Yeah, I'm so glad you left, hey?
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, bye.
love you, bye.
You're actually hanging up on me?
Yeah. Alright, we've got Ashton in front of us, honing along in these light conditions, but I'm catching him. I really hope the night's going to be the exact same as this, because it's beautiful right now. It's such good conditions. I've probably said that so many times, but it is. I think I prefer this than heaps of wind, especially in the shallows.
It was time for me to head to Tassie. You know that tiny little island they often leave off the map of Australia? Yep, that's where I was born and where my dad and his side of the family still live. It was definitely a little colder down here than on the Gold Coast. Dad and I took a little drive out to a small town called Richmond, one of Tasmania's oldest and best preserved colonial villages. The streets are lined with sandstone buildings from the early 1800s. Of course, Richmond's most famous for its bridge. Oldest bridge in Australia. Hand-built by convicts in 1823 using sandstone quarried just up the road. Almost 200 years later, it's still carrying cars across the Coal River every single day. We wandered down by the river for a bit before heading to the Richmond Bakery because, well, I had to fit in as many pies as possible while back in Australia.
Good morning. Land ho, baby. I can see the States. We're about 3 nautical miles away. Man, that Gulf Stream was epic. I was literally going 3 knots through it, fighting against it, and literally going like, it was basically pushing me 90 degrees or like 70 degrees or something. And I was sketching out, they got so many lights here, so I thought they were fish farms, but it was lights off the land. But yeah, I'm just about to go through the channel now. It's still dark, so I'm just going about 3 nautical miles. So I'll get there about 6:30, and then yeah. Alright, we're just waiting for a tiny bit more light so we can get through the channel. There's a few markers missing and we can barely see the break wall, so yeah, it'd just be nice to have just a little bit more light and be a little bit more comfortable, because it is a sketchy channel. Even though it's calm conditions, it's quite shallow and not marked properly on navionics or just in general. But yeah, looks like we're going in now. Check out this for a sunrise.
We've been hanging out to get to the US, the land of Amazon deliveries and endless convenience. The boat needs a few upgrades and some well-deserved TLC, and this is the perfect place to make it happen. Finally, we'll be able to tackle all those random little jobs we haven't been able to find parts for in remote parts of the world.
Hello girlies, good morning. Good morning, you can smell land, can't you? What's going on, hey? You're not used to that? Yeah. What's that smell? This kind of reminds me of back home. It's very similar. Yes, we made it. Any more sketchy bits?
Yeah, you see with that trawlers up ahead there coming out, it gets real shallow up through there as well.
Yeah, not too bad though. We could even get in at low tide.
Yeah, I don't think so. And even right here around this next green marker's real shallow. I reckon we probably could have come across all that at low tide. You'd be right across the bottom. They claim they only got if you look at the tide charts, there's 1 foot of tide here, but there's way more than a foot of tide. You can look at the poles on the dock, 1 foot of water's already left out of here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Don't know if you can see the blobs moving over there, but
Over there having a good time.
yeah. There's manatees just here, guys. Come on, pop your head up. There's one, look, look. All right, we're in. It literally reminds me of home. It's so similar. We got canals going down like this, and very similar houses, built like probably same kind of year. Ah, feels good. I'm so knackered, hey. Just gonna cark it and then check in, I guess. Hopefully I'm sweet to cark it first. That engine can go off finally.
Meanwhile, back in Australia. Trust me to pick the coldest weekend in Tassie all winter. We had snow on the forecast and my cousin decided to take me on an adventure, including a hike at Harts Mountain, although we didn't exactly plan on going to the snow. We drove for a few hours, winding deeper into the mountains.
It's snowing! It's listed on here.
and slowly the road started disappearing under a blanket of white. Before long, our little two-wheel drive hatchback was slipping around and things were getting a little sketchy.
Are they also stuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, they also
We've
have
turned
the same
around.
issues.
Yeah, we can't go any further. This is getting too wild. Look at that. Eventually, we had to admit defeat and turn back, along with a whole convoy of other two-wheel drives doing the same slow retreat down the hill. We're free! But we weren't ready to give up completely. We spotted a small trail near the car park and figured we've come this far, we might as well see something while we're here. Hit those other people. You can't go that close. That doesn't count. Not at the head. The track led us through quiet forest dripping with snow melt, everything damp, misty and still. And just when we thought it was going to be a total fail of a mission, we reached a small waterfall tucked between the trees. Oh, that's pretty cool. Flowing. Look at that. The air was icy, our fingers were freezing, but standing there listening to the rush of water in the middle of all that calm, it was kind of magic. After heading back down through the Huon Valley, we needed something to warm the bones. So we stopped in at a place called Willie Smith's, a rustic old apple shed tucked right in the heart of Tasmania's awkward country. The Huon Valley's been growing apples for well over a century, and Willie Smith's is part of that history. The Smith family's been farming here since the late 1800s. The shed itself was once a 1940s apple packing barn, now filled with old cider barrels, wooden crates, and the smell of warm spices. Everything here revolves around apples. So naturally, we went straight for the hot apple cider and shared a slice of warm apple pie with ice cream, while we thawed out by the fire. There's something about that mix of cold mountain air still on your jacket and a mug of hot cider in your hands that just feels perfectly Tasmanian. After our big road trip, we were feeling pretty wrecked. The kind of tired where you could easily curl up on the couch and put a movie on. Trust me, we debated it. But we had to finish the trip off strong because I had some special friends to catch up with. Remember Vic and Brent, the crew we crossed the Atlantic with? Well, they've made it all the way back home to Tasmania. So we headed into Hobart to share a few cocktails, some delicious food and plenty of laughs, while checking out a bit of what the city has to offer. We hope you enjoyed coming along with us this week, even if we're on opposite sides of the world. If you enjoy our videos, we'd love your help to keep growing, so please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. A huge thank you to our amazing patrons who make these videos possible. Cheers, guys.